Laura, as we touched on just before we started, it's not just around the corner from Middlesbrough to Plymouth. Was it a difficult decision to come down here?
A little bit, yeah, but obviously it's just a sacrifice, really. Like, I can always go back home. I can fly back, drive back. It's not like nothing's stopping me. My family comes down, so it's not that bad, to be fair.
Tom Cleverley was obviously quite excited to get you in. I think you played against his Watford side last season, is that right?
Season before.
Season before.
So, yeah, we played them last game of the season. For my first start, beat them 3-1 it was. So, yeah, I must have enjoyed it.
Do you remember the game? Did you have a good one?
I think I did all right, yeah, for like my first start. I think I was 17, so, yeah.
And obviously, Tom Cleverley, he's played for United, he's played for Everton, he's played for England as well. And a similar sort of position, that must have been a factor in wanting to come here, was it?
Yeah, obviously he's had a good career, well, more than a good career. And when he called me, yeah, convinced me to come, really, so it was no-brainer.
And we've touched on, Morgan Whittaker obviously went up to Middlesbrough from Argyle, Finn Azaz as well. Did you talk to either of those guys before the move?
I spoke to Morgan quite a lot. I still speak to Morgan now, like I'm quite close to him, but Finn not really as much.
No.
But, Morgan said it's like a good place, nice city, fans are good, it's a good club, so that was another convincing part of it. What
are the goals for you? What do you hope to achieve during your time here?
Obviously the main goal is to get back promoted into the Championship and just obviously have a good season, play as many games as I can, goals and assists, and yeah, Championship's the main one.
Because I guess at your age, just getting out there and playing every week, that must be a really attractive thing.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, like, this is really like my first team I'm going to play in, really, like my first loan, so I'm just looking forward to play as many games as possible and then hopefully just do what I can do best, goals, assists, and yeah, win games.
And I think Argyle are the youngest team in the league, aren't they? Is that a good thing in a way for you, helping you bed in with the lads?
Yeah, the squad's like, there's quite a lot of lads like my age, and then obviously there's a few younger ones, and then obviously like there's the older ones, but probably the average age is about like 24 maybe, so it's a young group, it's a good group, so yeah.
How important are those guys like Joe Edwards and Jamie Patterson, Brendan Galloway that have just got that little bit more experience?
Yeah, obviously you need a team, like leaders that have experience who help you on and off the pitch, so obviously it's always good to have.
Obviously a trip to Burton coming up on Saturday. What are you expecting up there?
Obviously a reaction from Saturday. Obviously we reacted on Tuesday, but it's in the league, so expecting, well, not really sure to be fair, but just need a win really.
Tom Cleverley talked to us afterwards about how the side coped with being favourites to win a game, because obviously you did have a very difficult start to the season with some of the teams you were playing. And presumably it's going to be the same sort of factor again this weekend, isn't it, bearing in mind where they are on the table? Yeah,
well, you can always be favourites to win a game, but it just depends on the day really. Like, anything can happen in a game, so it's obviously just whatever happens, and then you're in control.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lord. Best of luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Just a couple, Laura, if you don't mind. How have you settled into the squad? It's a big move in terms of distance. It's a big move because this is a good opportunity for you to play regular first team football. You'll be desperate to make the most of it. How have you sort of integrated into the squad? How have you found it?
It's not been too bad. Obviously, I came straight after camp. I came to the game against Stockport, it was, where we won 4-2. So, and then I've just been in ever since. Everyone, just like a big family really. I'm enjoying it, so yeah.
Yeah, because you played on the Friday night, didn't you, at Chesterfield, and then you came straight down and saw them have a good win.
Yeah. More than a good win really. It was obviously good to watch, but just to get to know everyone really, first impressions of everyone, so yeah, I enjoyed it.
What are your thoughts on League One? You've not had much experience of it, but what have you thought of the games you've played in, the opposition and your own teammates as well?
I think it's obviously it's a little bit different to the Championship, but I think it's very good football. I think teams play, there's like a little bit of everything, so yeah.
And what have you made of the home park match day experience? The crowds, the fans have stuck behind the team even after the relegation last season. It must be nice playing in front of a a near full home park?
Yeah, obviously my first impression was a Stockport game, and then obviously I played on Saturday, this very first start, in front of basically a sellout, and obviously Luton as well. The away fans were very good, and when we're at home as well, the fans are just very, very good.
You said about goals and assists. You look more like the deeper sort of midfield player, but do you feel you can chip in with some goals as well?
Yeah, I'd say I'm like edge of the box maybe, or just I can do a bit of both really.
Mm-hmm. And we've just seen on Tuesday night Tegan Finn and Seb Campbell are 17 and 16, so younger than you, and you're very young anyway. What could you sort of relate to what they went through that night with Tegan scoring his first 2 goals and Seb becoming the club's youngest ever goal scorer?
Yeah, it's a bit mad really. 16, 17, I thought I was young, and they're just like even younger, but obviously it's good for Seb. It's good for them both. Obviously Seb, youngest ever Argyle scorer on his debut as well, and Tegan, obviously we know Tegan's good, what he's capable of. 2 goals, was 2 assists as well, so we just need more from them both really. Got bright futures ahead.
Really nice to meet you, Law. Wish you all the best for the season while you're at Argyle.
Cheers, thank you.
Tom, so many positives obviously to come out of Tuesday night. How easy or difficult a balancing act is it keeping the younger players feet on the ground, making sure they can get what they need and what they want out of the game?
Yeah, it's a really important job of mine to make sure that the younger players really have belief that they can be promoted from the academy into the first team. I think we've shown that we're really keen to do that as a staff. It's how I've always worked. It's how I grew up as a player, a club that believed in that, and it's exactly how I believe a football club can be successful. There's a heartbeat of young players and academy players, and they must believe that journey is there for them if they're ready to take it, if they prepare themselves well enough, but when they do, it's about the senior players and myself and the staff making sure that that's what we expect here. We expect if you're thrown in there, we expect to be ready, and they were. They did great. We've got to acknowledge that, but it's what we expect here, and they have to be consistent now with their actions on and off the field.
It is always difficult, isn't it, because there are bigger clubs always swirling around trying to pick off other clubs' youngsters. How important was it to get that deal done with Tegan and just persuade him that his best option really was to have the chance of regular first-team football here as opposed to maybe going into an academy somewhere else like Tottenham's, for example? Yeah,
really important for me. It was a big goal of mine to get Tegan tied down. I saw his quality when we were out in Austria. And I made my opinion clear what I think is best for the player as well as the club. Under our guideship, I think he can really develop. We've got a track record of doing that at a previous club, and Tegan's a really exciting player. So it was a big, a big achievement for us to get Tegan tied down. But he must be focused now. He must be as hard working as ever to replicate performances like that. And the pleasing thing for me was that it was sort of our best 17, 18, 19-year-olds against a big club's best, against the London catchment area's best, and I thought we mixed it and excelled. So that made me that was a proud moment for everyone connected.
Back to the league, obviously, on Saturday. I mean, for the second successive week, you're playing the bottom side. You didn't feel necessarily that they coped that well with maybe the pressure of being expected to win against Peterborough. What messages will they go out with against Burton?
Yeah, I think, it's clear that if they don't know now, there's no easy games in this division. Every game has different set of challenges. We're away, so again, to be favourites away from home, you've got to be doing better than we are. So those things will be into bookmakers' favourites. That's what I mean. But we'll prepare the team to win the football match like we always do. We will be as organised and as competitive as we possibly can be. But what we need to do better than we did last week is show our attacking threat. And you need to work hard in possession to be an attacking threat. It's not just going to materialise. You've got to make it happen. We've got to win 1v1, go at people 1v1s. We've got to want to run in behind. We've got to do a little bit more than we did last week to go and win the game.
What are you expecting from Burton?
Really organised. I thought they were excellent at Huddersfield last weekend. Really organised, intense. Yes, they are one of the physically bigger teams, but they're more than that. So I expect a team that's tough nut to crack, competitive, danger at set pieces, it'll be a tough test. But our last tough test away from home, we came through with everything going against us on the day and came through with 3 points. So we just need to show a little bit more consistency in our performances now.
Connor has obviously started on Tuesday. You said after the game you were a little bit concerned about whether he was just feeling his knee a little bit. What is the latest news with him?
Yeah, reacted fine. So Connor will be fit for selection. He'll train tomorrow, just a bit of general soreness and unsureness, but absolutely fine. Kate spoke to him yesterday, seen him this morning, and he's good to go.
Have you had the conversation with the two goalkeepers, or is that still to come?
Still to come, yeah. Not as of yet.
How difficult is it going to be for the one that's going to be disappointed?
Yeah, it is. It's part and parcel of being a footballer. I think with me, I give every player the platform to get in the team. And if you're not in the team, I will work as hard as possible. If you're willing to work hard to develop what you need to get in the team. So never ever personal with me. I do every decisions for the good of the team to win the game. And I think the goalkeepers union is a special kind of thing that whoever is second will support the first, and we've got that good dynamic in most positions in the squad.
Otherwise, how are you looking injury-wise?
Yeah, so Jamie Patterson will be available for selection, so good to get two experienced players back in the squad, for sure. And out of the other 5, Cornell's the closest, 2 to 3 weeks away. We could be international break, we could be off, we might not be. So if we are off, Cornell should only miss 2 more games, which is a lot better than we first feared. And the other 4 lads are longer term, so that's Pleggy, that's Caleb, that's Zav, and that's Jack McKenzie.
Do you want to be off for the international break? I mean, what are your views on the international break? Would you rather carry on playing if you can, or if you've too few internationals?
Yeah, I think when you look at our injury list, you'd probably want to give them a little bit more time, especially Cornell. He's the one who could be available the week after, and the worst thing you could possibly have would be a couple of defenders injured, McKenzie, Cornell, Pleggy, Brendan Galloway leaves, so does another, and you still have to play. So that would be the worst case scenario for us, but whatever it is, we'll adapt. It's not something that hopefully you've seen. I'm not one to sit in front of you and complain about how many injuries we've got and things like that. We adapt. We don't find excuses. We'll find the solution, and we'll do our best to win the game if it's on or not.
Will you be in the dugout on Saturday?
Highly unlikely. We thought this was the process last week, that my charge would be, a result of my charge would be on the Friday. We expect the same again tomorrow. And expect me not to be in the dugout on Saturday.
Okay, good luck. Thank you, Tom.
The way you reel off the list of injured players, Tom, it's obviously been in your mind that you can pick off 5 names straight away, but it is good to get Jamie Patterson and Connor back. It just gives a little bit more depth to the squad, doesn't it? Depth
and experience. Like I said, it's one thing I must say clearly is you can achieve things with a young group. It makes it more difficult, but you can achieve things with a young group, and it's my job to improve them. But what experience and people who have played a lot of games like your Patos and your Connors is a consistency. Making the right decisions at the right time, managing the game, managing the environment. And these are all things that bring consistency, but also when you're not maybe having your best day, mean that you draw and not lose. And that's what comes with having a bit more experience. So I'm glad to get those 2 back. We've still got, obviously, Pleggy to come back. We've got Joe Edwards suspended, so we're craving as many of those lads as we possibly can. But yeah, I think someone told me, so I can't validate this, we were the second youngest team out of all 92 last weekend. So it's something we've got to be patient for. I know that's not an easy thing in football, but we've got to be patient with this group of players. But also they have to demand, and I have to demand from them that we become more consistent quickly.
You were charged with misconduct by the FA. Did you accept that? I
did, yeah. Obviously, I should lead by example a little bit better. It was a highly emotional game for myself, for the team. A set of circumstances that I don't think we'll see again, were 2 soft penalties and a soft red card against. On the day I didn't act like I should have done, and I apologise to the FA for that.
Did the club make any representations about the officiating at Luton that day?
I spoke to Mike Jones on the Monday, and then unfortunately another big decision against on the following Saturday. So it's not going to benefit me sitting here and speaking about how many big decisions have gone against us. So I won't. I think the referees try their best. I've always had the mindset these things level themselves out. But there's a lot of levelling out that needs to take place from now to the end of the season.
Are you concerned that the touchlight ban might be more than just Saturday?
Yes, yeah. So we expect it could be Wigan as well, but we'll be informed of that tomorrow, and yeah, I'll certainly learn from it.
There's a vacancy for the goalkeeping coach, I think, by the sounds of things. You said there was some sort of people being lined up. Is there anything you can tell us about who might come in for Darryl?
Right now, no. A lot of formal interviews sort of taken place. That process has been underway. We want to get the right person in rather than just who's available. But for a position where you're looking at guys who usually have families, who kids settled in school, the geography has been a big issue with it, I must say. So Reece will step up from the academy next week and oversee the Wigan game, prepare the goalkeepers for the Wigan game, and then if we do have a couple of weeks because of the international break, then we'll for sure get someone in time for when we return against Wimbledon. So yeah, those processes have been taking place for a number of weeks now. Now we are close, but yeah, it's been a challenging process in terms of people's circumstances.
So is Darryl with you for Saturday?
Darryl's last game's tomorrow. His last day at the club will be tomorrow, and he'll join Sheffield Wednesday. He's been a brilliant servant for the club, and he's developed a good group of goalkeepers, and it's important that we get the right person in to take them forward again.
Reece has been the goalkeeping coach for the first team before. He's vastly experienced. Pardon the pun, but he's a safe pair of hands, isn't he, in the role?
Yeah, nice pun. Yeah. I've met Reece a few times, and I've not only been impressed with the standard of players coming up from the academy, but the standard of staff as well. Jamie sometimes helps out with our drills if ever we're doing individual work, and it's the kind of club that I like to operate. Is a really open one between academy, men's team, women's team. And I think we're really showcasing that this week.
Just on Connor, did he have any scans or anything at all? Or when you said you were going to assess him, you just, you and the medical staff had a good chat with him and
no, it was
how he felt about things?
It was a pre-planned trip to the specialist yesterday. It was planned last week just to make sure that things are settling down nicely with the knee. So that was always the case, that he was going to go and see the specialist yesterday. He did, and yeah, just a normal bit of sort of post-match aggravation that you expect from coming back from a long-term injury. He's mentally in a good place after getting the sign-off from the specialist, and he'll be available for selection on Saturday.
So if you tell him he's playing on Saturday, he's 100% ready to go.
Yeah, you can see in his body language that that's what he wants to let everyone know that. So I have no doubt about that. None at all. If I saw a doubt in a goalkeeper position, then you wouldn't take the risk. Connor has made my decision very difficult this weekend because he's showing every day how available he is.
Can I ask you about Andrew Parkinson, the chief executive who's left the club? He will have been heavily involved in your recruitment, I'm sure. Any thoughts on Andrew and his role in you coming to the club and him leaving?
Yeah, first of all, he played a massive role in me coming to the football club. I spoke about it when I came, the crave of stability, of working for real good people, and Andrew and Simon and David and others were a big part of that. When I spoke to Wayne, he mentioned Andrew's name in the first couple of sentences. Great guy to work for, and I'm sad to see him leave. You know, what he's done for this football club, along with people who he's employed in the right places, in the right departments. They've come a long way under Andrew's period as the CEO now. So yeah, I appreciate everything he's done for myself, the club, and I wish him all the best.
One last one from me, Tom. Given the sort of the continuing injuries, a few people have said to me, is there any option in the free agent market for players that you could bring in, maybe at left back, given Jack McKenzie's injury? Is that an option that's worth considering? Have you looked into the free agent market for any players just to give a little bit of more depth to the squad?
No, I think it'd be unfair to mention left back with how well him and Benarous stepped in and how Matty can play there, Barley can play there.
Perhaps in general rather than a specific position.
Yeah. So I think when Caleb Watts' injury and you had Zav out injured and you had Jamie Patterson out injured, the line behind the strikers was pretty empty. We had Tegan at 17 years old and Seb Campbell at 16 years old, and sort of trying to play Barley in there when it's maybe not his best position. So that was maybe a market we were slightly looking at. Now, if we had any more injuries, then yes, could we spend a bit of January's budget in the free agent market? Now, Pato's returned and returned well, so we're not going to go there just yet.